What up, weebs and weeblets? I'm Zach.
And I'm Shawn.
And welcome to Two Low-Key Weebs. So today we're going to be talking about the Dark Trio.
Yep.
So for some reason, anime fans really like to break things into threes. You've got the big three. People are constantly trying to say, oh, well, is My Hero the next big three? Okay, well, we've got the Dark Big Three or the Dark Trio here.
Yes.
They all started airing probably COVID time, or Shawn picked them up during COVID time.
I picked them up during COVID time. I mean, I think they came out shortly before, like a year or two before the pandemic happened. But
you caught them once they were dubbed the Dark Trio.
Right, and I had so much time on my hands.
Right? And now I do. So I finally caught up on them. I recently read Hell's Paradise and watched Hell's Paradise. And that kind of got me wanting to do this episode. So we're going to talk about, is the big three worth watching? And the answer is yes. It's worth watching, but more importantly, you should read them.
Yeah.
You should read Chainsaw Man.
Absolutely.
You should read Chainsaw Man. But that also applies to Hell's Paradise, and mattering on who you're asking, JJK. So we're going to break this episode down, and first we're going to, I guess, tell you which is the best for the anime first, and then we're going to tell you about the manga. We're going to do a breakdown, a slightly spoiler-free breakdown of these shows, whether or not, so you can hear about them, decide if it's something you want to watch, something you want to read. Please read them. I understand if manga's not your thing, but just try it. Just give it a shot.
Just try reading.
Just try it, because I didn't. I was like, yeah, I don't think manga's for me, and then I started picking it up. I read more than I watch at this point.
Yeah.
It's actually gross how much I read.
A sentence I never thought I'd hear you say.
I know. Well, read, but it's still
still reading.
There is some reading. Well,
assuming it's not as classist.
If it's Hunter x Hunter, it's a ton of reading.
Yeah.
Hunter x Hunter is just a light novel with pictures. Those speech bubbles go on. They have fold down pages. The speech bubbles are so long, it's ridiculous. God. I love Hunter x Hunter though. So we're going to start out talking best to worst. So the best of the anime at this point.
Clear-cut winner.
Clear-cut winner is JJK.
Yeah.
JJK, the intro story, it's hard to argue with it. It's got a quick hook. For me, there was a lull early on in the first season. So for anyone who hasn't seen JJK, this is my sell to you. It starts out with our main character, Itadori. Yep. He's just fucking good at everything.
For no apparent reason.
For no apparent reason.
Literally no apparent reason.
I mean, just your usual anime trope. It's just he's not smart though, is he?
No. He's not good at everything. He's good at everything that involves
he's the
physicality.
Perfect himboy.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Himboy? Himbo.
Oh my God.
So he's a perfect himbo, and he's Olympic level with everything, and then all of a sudden his old buddy Fushiguro shows up, and they're being attacked by this
Cursed spirit,
which is just a horrifying blob. He ends up eating a finger.
Yeah, it's a sacred object.
It's a sacred object. He eats a finger, and then all of a sudden, he's super scary, strong, but also he's not him. He's the greatest cursed spirit, Sukuna.
Sukuna. You're so good with names.
Guys, I'm sorry. Okay, so he's kind of Sukuna, and then all of a sudden you've got fuckboy Kakashi shows up, humbles him real quick, and then the plot is, hey, you are now kind of possessed with this guy. There's more fingers. We're gonna make you eat them all, and then we're gonna kill you, or we can kill you now. It's your choice.
You want to live a little bit longer and maybe have some fun. Come along on the journey.
And then so he joins the sorcerer school.
Because apparently they have a high school.
Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen High, and I love all the characters. I can't think of anyone in the series at this point in the anime that is unlikable. That's not meant to be, at least, because even you've got Mahito. Mahito's this patchwork bro who's just kind of a dick.
Yeah. Just kind of a dick.
Okay. He's kind of a huge prick. Okay. He's very much a huge prick.
Yeah.
But he's a great.
He's a great bad guy. He's a great villain.
He's an awesome villain, and he's such a good counterpart to Itadori.
Yeah.
Kind of gets Itadori questioning himself, shit like that. But God, when he finally gets his comeuppance, we're not going to get deep into it. But Itadori just fucking his day it's just so cathartic. But what really sells the anime, what really puts it above the other two, is just the animation for it is so good. I think
sheer budget that must have gone into this.
Season 2 specifically. Season 2 they go fucking hard, and I mean everyone was talking about it. It was Solo Leveling before Solo Leveling showed up. It had that hype. JJK season 2 did. So JJK season 2, just watch it. I mean, get to season 2 first. Again, I felt
don't skip out on the story.
I felt like there were a couple lulls in the story, but
that's all part about setting up the series, though. You're going to have some.
Well, exactly, and it was enough though that I kind of backed off for a minute. I wasn't super invested, but it was super worth getting through the slower parts, like getting back into it. Because I fell out, I got back in. I was really happy I got back in. I love Nobura's arc. I love fucking Nanami.
Yes,
like fucking
absolutely.
Nanami's daddy energy,
working class icon.
Oh man, like it's you gotta try it. I mean, you don't have to. I'm not your dad. Nanami's your daddy, though. I tell you what.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'd say second in this race would be Chainsaw Man.
Absolutely.
Thus far, I'm willing to bet you after the movie, Chainsaw Man. After season 2, Chainsaw Man will, I'm really hoping MAPPA humbles JJK.
Yeah. No, I at least hope it closes the gap.
As a whole, for me, Chainsaw Man's one of my favorite shows. I adore Chainsaw Man. So Chainsaw Man is a show that, mattering on how you break it down, like what's great about it is like you can break it down to sell it to somebody as, yeah, dude, it's just about a bro trying to touch some boob. Or you can just be like,
you go super deep with it.
Or you can go super deep and it's just like a horrible story.
It's a horrible story about an orphan boy with a lot of trauma.
And a ton of abuse.
Who gets superpowers. And I love Denji. Denji is our main character. So the plot of Chainsaw Man is you got a kid who, his dad was deep in debt. When he died, Denji got the debt from, it's the Yakuza. Because that's how crime works.
Yeah, the Yakuza's like, hey, we're going to kill you too if you don't come up with like 200 million
whatever. It's some absurd number for a 16-year-old to come up with.
Yeah, actually at that point, I think he's like fucking 12.
Right.
And
oh yeah, that's right. It starts a little bit. The debt starts earlier. Than yeah.
Yes. No, and so he meets this cutie patootie named Pochita that is a chainsaw devil, and
it's just a little dog with a chainsaw coming out his head.
And so he uses that chainsaw to fight devils and sells the corpses to the Yakuza to survive. But he's also, like, when we first meet him, he's already sold an eye, a ball sack. Not a ball sack. Ooh. Why would you sell your ball sack? Like, he sold it for a coin purse is what it, they made a sack coin purse. But he sold a testicle, his eye, a kidney. Yeah. He's just a shell of a man.
Anything he's got two of, basically.
Anything he can sell, he has sold. And like he's like lucky to survive on bread with Pochita. Yep. And then
they go to kill him. The Yakuza's still like...
Yeah, the Yakuza make a deal with the zombie devil.
Yes. Who,
the English zombie devil, is voiced by the same voice actor as Genkai. I'm not 100% on that, but I heard. I swear to God, I heard. I'm like, that bitch is dead. that dead Kai. Denkai. That's dead Genkai. So they kill him. When he dies, Pochita's heart kind of fuses with his, and he becomes a chainsaw man. He pulls a string, and then he's got chainsaws for arms and a face and feet, and... It's kind of chaotic.
He just goes on a killing spree because he's all of a sudden a chainsaw-wielding maniac.
Chainsaw having. He's not wielding it.
I mean, you could argue that he's wielding it.
All right. I'll give you that.
We're not here for semantics.
Semantics is the word I was looking for earlier, by the way. I'm sorry, that doesn't apply to us. It follows him. He ends up Makima, who is the head of the Devil Hunters branch of the... Japanese,
wherever they are,
politics.
I mean, in Japan, obviously, but I don't know if it's broken down by like Tokyo or like cities or like provinces. If they have provinces,
but it's still a government paid devil hunter, and she's like, "Hey, I'll either kill you or you can work for me," and he's just hard eyes. He's fallen madly in love with Makima, and something just ain't right with Makima. And so that's kind of where the story goes. He ends up being paired up with a guy who's just out for vengeance against the Gun Devil, which is the strongest devil known at this point. Yeah. It killed his family, so he wants vengeance. Then you've got Power, who's just a dipshit. She's a fiend, which if someone... So Denji is like a hybrid of a devil and a human. A fiend is when a devil possesses a human. Yes. So Power has been possessed by the Blood Devil. So not as strong as Denji or anything, but just fucking stupid. I don't know.
So dumb.
And the friendships they make in this series is what really sells it. For me, like I was into the series, but like once Aki starts getting development and once you get like, you've got moments where... Power and Denji decide they're going to learn to be tacticians, and to do that, they put on glasses, and it's just they're fucking dumb shit. Like it's dudes being bros. It's actually what Denji and Power is.
Absolutely, that is the definition of boys being boys.
It is, and Denji is a good representation of a teenage boy who has had nothing his whole life. Yes.
And so, like, you can clown on it and be like, hey, this show's just about fucking touching boob, because, I mean, it's essentially that's
his primary motivation.
You can boil it down to that, but the show's got a lot more depth than I feel like it's given credit for by some. And it's really like a must read. When it first came out, there were, specifically in Japan, I think, protests that they need to undo the anime because they didn't like the style. I'm going to agree that the anime style takes away from Fujimoto's original work, and that the manga is better. And that's as an anime first guy.
Right. I mean, that doesn't mean the anime is bad, though.
But the anime does not need redone. It was fine. I feel like they're gearing the movie more towards Fujimoto's style.
The trailers so far at least look that way.
It's going to be a banger, so if you haven't watched Chainsaw Man, do it before October of this year. Do it. Before October of this year, because that's when the Reize film is coming out, and it's going to be freaking amazing. It's just going to be great. Like, I cannot wait for this.
I think that's the point where, like, the first part, like, really shifts gears, though.
No, it is. And well, that's like the real shame about season 1, is like season 1 ends when the story picks up. Like it gets good the minute season 1 ends. Like, after that, like, fucking Chainsaw Man is fucking hype, bro. So finally, the weakest of the animes, and I'm gonna call it the middle ground of the manga, but we'll get there, is Hell's Paradise. So Hell's Paradise is a slow burn. It just is. It's an action anime that is a slow burn at first. Like, they are very slow to introduce you to everyone.
It's so slow.
Like 6 of the 13 episodes.
Compared to the other 2, it's so slow.
Well, like what? It's you've got freaking Sukuna getting dog walked by Gojo in episode 1. Chainsaw Man, you've got Denji fucking
being murdered
and then doing a ton of murdering.
Yes.
And then falling madly in love. That's all episode 1. With Hell's Paradise, it's more, well, you meet the main character, who is Gabimaru the Hollow. He is an assassin who is also a ninja, and when you first meet him, they're trying to kill him and they can't. And
like the executioners just straight up can't do it.
And so a bad bitch shows up and she's going to do it. And so I love...
Sagiri is absolutely the definition of a bad bitch.
She is, though, right?
Does not appear so at first.
She's a woman in a man's world, and they play into the weakness of a woman and...
The alleged weakness of a woman.
The alleged weakness of a woman. Thank you. And that's what I was going for. And I feel like they do it pretty well. Like, she is torn by it, but then that kind of adds to her strength. I think by the end of the series, they're really leaning into, like, I mean, she bodies Gabimaru, right?
Yeah.
That's what the final play is she bodies. He only bodies his wife, guys.
Because he's a wife guy.
And that's what I love about this series. So the anime is a slow burn. MAPPA's budget definitely went to the other 2.
Yeah, it's like
or their best animators, or however you want to play it. I don't know enough about.
Or they were just had an equal budget set out, and then they blew it all on JJK.
Right? And so, like, it's definitely got its moments where it's just like, okay, this is just straight up still frame. It's not, like, as bad as I've heard Blue Lock Season 2 is. Blue Lock Season 2 or Season 1?
I've heard a lot of rumors about the production on that one.
Yeah, the PNG lock is what I think they call it. But when you compare it to the others, it's not good. When you compare it to most anime, it's stellar. Like, I mean, like it is good animation. It's got weak moments, but it's a slow burn to get us to episode 13. This is another series that once I got to episode 13, there's a little twist there. A little twist. And that was like when I was like, oh, I was into this, but now I'm like into this. Like we're picking this shit up now.
I was mildly interested. You had my attention, but now you have my, I don't know what that line is from.
You had my attention, but now you have my interest?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I know what you're going for, but that's what it was.
That.
That little twist was enough that I read the whole manga series afterwards. So definitely the weakest entry. If you read manga, just skip the anime, honestly.
Yeah, you can skip at least the first season anyways, because we have recently found out. Like, it might have been
today.
It probably was announced sooner, but like there's a season 2 of Hell's Paradise coming in January 2026. We said.
I think that's what it was. Yeah. So Hell's Paradise season 2 is coming out. JJK, I don't know anything about, but honestly, I'm uninterested, and we're gonna get into the manga next. So, that's our ranking for the anime so far, and I think we're gonna call this here. I might combine them, I might not. So that's fine, but. That's our Dark Trio anime edition, and we're going to check out the Dark Trio manga edition, so you can know, like,
For real fans.
For real fans. That's what we're gonna call it, the Dark Trio for real fans. Because like really, if you want to know what these full stories are, because with the anime you're just getting the intro, especially for Hell's Paradise. I mean, you're 20 chapters out of 120 in. JJK. Gege just had a lot of time to not know what he was doing later on. Chainsaw Man Fujimoto knows how to fucking cook like a goddamn 5-star chef. Is it 3-star? What's the best chef?
I think it's 5. I want to say 5.
Michelin stars. How many? They do 3 Michelins. I don't know. Either way.
They only issue 1 Michelin star at a time.
Oh, do they?
You can get multiple Michelin stars. But
I'm just a dumb fuck, guys. So
correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong and just be supremely confident about being wrong.
But hit us up in the comments. Let us know if you agree with this ranking of the anime. Let us know if you do read the manga. If we convince you to pick up the manga, please subscribe. Anyway, thanks for coming out. Until next time, let's keep it low-key, weebs.
Bye.